He was just a worn-out single dad clutching his little girl's pink backpack, sleeping beside a stranger on an airport bench. But what he didn't know was that the woman pretending to nap next to him wasn't a traveler at all. She was an FBI agent assigned to watch him. And by the time the sun rose, both their lives would change forever. Before we dive into this emotional, heart-stopping story, make sure to like this video and subscribe because what happens next will leave you speechless. The airport was almost empty. The kind of silence that only exists after midnight. Cleaning machines hummed softly while tired travelers curled up on plastic chairs, their faces lit by the cold glow of departure screens. Among them sat Daniel Miller, a man who looked like he hadn't slept in days. His coat was too thin for the draft sweeping through the terminal, and his eyes carried the weary shadows of a father who'd been fighting too long just to keep going. Beside him, a small girl slept with her head on his lap, his 6-year-old daughter. Lily, her tiny fingers still clutched a crumpled boarding pass, her shoes dangling off the edge of the seat. Daniel brushed a strand of hair from her face and whispered softly, "Just one more night, sweetheart. Tomorrow we'll be home." Home, if you could still call it that. Daniel had lost almost everything this past year. His wife had passed away suddenly from an illness they never saw coming. With her went the light in his world. Medical bills piled up, his job slipped away, and when their apartment was sold, he packed everything he had into 2 suitcases and left the city for good. Tonight, they were on their way to start over in another state if the morning flight didn't get canceled again. He leaned back and closed his eyes, exhaustion pulling him under like a tide. A few seats away, a woman sat perfectly still. Dark hair tied in a low ponytail, plain jacket, calm expression, but her eyes were alert. She had been there for hours, ever since Daniel arrived. Her name wasn't really Rachel, but that's what her badge said. Agent Rachel Moore, FBI. She wasn't waiting for a flight. She was waiting for him. To everyone else, she looked like another traveler, phone in hand, earbuds in, suitcase beside her. But inside that suitcase was surveillance gear. And the phone wasn't playing music, it was transmitting a live feed to a secure FBI channel. Rachel's assignment had begun 3 days earlier. A stolen encrypted drive had been traced to a name, Daniel Miller. The same man now sitting before her, rocking his daughter to sleep. Her orders were clear: observe, confirm possession of the drive, report any contact with accomplices, and arrest only if necessary. But something about this man didn't match the file. The Daniel Miller in her report was a potential accomplice in a government data breach, someone capable of selling classified information. But the man in front of her looked broken, desperate. His hands were calloused, his jacket torn, his eyes filled with quiet grief. Still, she couldn't relax. Her supervisor's voice echoed in her mind, "Never assume. The most dangerous suspects are the ones who look ordinary." At 2:17 a.m., the loudspeaker crackled to life, announcing another delay. Daniel sighed, checked his phone, and rubbed his temple. He had exactly $32 left in his bank account, enough for 2 sandwiches, maybe, or a cheap bus ticket if the flight never left. He didn't know that just a few rows behind him, an FBI agent was recording his every move. He rose quietly, careful not to wake Lily, and walked to a vending machine. As he fished for change, a calm voice came from behind him. "Those machines never take old quarters," she said casually. Daniel turned, startled. It was the same woman from the seats. She smiled faintly. "Happened to me earlier." He gave a tired grin. "Yeah, I think they're allergic to broke people." She laughed softly, almost genuinely. "You flying out tonight?" "Supposed to," he said. "Weather's been killing every flight." He pressed a button, but the bag of chips jammed halfway down. "Of course," he muttered under his breath. Rachel tapped the machine lightly with her elbow, and the snack dropped. "Try that," she said. He chuckled. "Guess I owe you dinner now." She smiled but didn't reply. Inside, her mind was racing, analyzing every detail. His tone, his hands, his behavior. No signs of deception, no coded language, no hidden devices, just a tired father trying to feed his kid. Back at the seats, Lily stirred awake. "Did we miss the plane, Daddy?" "Not yet, Bug. Go back to sleep." Rachel pretended to scroll her phone but kept watching. The tenderness in his voice, the patience, it didn't fit the profile at all. Hours passed. The terminal grew still again. Daniel drifted off, his arm protectively wrapped around Lily. Rachel sat close enough now to hear their breathing, to feel something she hadn't felt in years. Trust. She looked at them and wondered, who is this man really? A criminal or a father caught in the wrong storm? At 4:02 a.m., her phone buzzed. A secure message appeared. Subject confirmed. He's carrying it. Maintain contact until extraction. Her stomach dropped. She glanced at the worn duffel bag beneath his seat. Could it really be in there? She studied his sleeping face, the exhaustion carved into every line. Her training told her to act. Her instincts told her to wait. And for the first time in her career, Agent Rachel Moore hesitated. Because something deep inside her whispered that this man wasn't a threat, he was just surviving. And if she wasn't careful, the Bureau might destroy the only good thing left in his life. She looked once more at her phone, then quietly turned it face down. The decision she made that night, to trust her gut instead of her orders, would change everything. Because before the sun rose over the runway, the airport alarm would blare. Armed agents would storm Gate 47, and Rachel would find herself standing between the FBI and the man she was sent to bring down. For the first time, she'd have to choose duty or conscience. If you're loving this emotional and mysterious story so far, make sure to like this video and subscribe, because what happens next in Chapter 2 will break your heart and restore your faith in humanity. The blaring alarm shattered the quiet terminal. Agents rushed toward Gate 47, weapons drawn. Daniel jolted awake, clutching Lily as red lights flashed. "What's happening?" he cried. Rachel stepped forward, badge raised. "Stand down!" she shouted, voice trembling. "He's not a suspect." Her supervisor stormed in. "He's carrying stolen government data." Rachel turned to Daniel. "Open the bag." Hands shaking, he unzipped it. Inside, no drive, no money, just a photo album, worn and taped at the edges. Pictures of his late wife, hospital bills, and Lily's drawings. Rachel's chest tightened. "You said he had it," she whispered. Her earpiece crackled. "Update wrong, Daniel Miller." The agents lowered their weapons. Daniel collapsed, clutching Lily, tears streaming down his face. Rachel's eyes burned. She had almost destroyed an innocent man. Hours later, as dawn broke through the glass walls, Daniel looked at her and said quietly, "You saved us." Rachel smiled softly. "No," she said. "You reminded me what I was supposed to protect." If this story touched your heart, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more stories of love, faith, and second chances.